Welcome, Ambassador Carla Jazzar.
Thank you.
The Brazilian community is honored with your arrival to Brasilia after important posts at which you served, and looking forward to ever better relationship, closer relationship between Brazil, Lebanon, and its huge community.
Thank you, Mr. Matar. Thank you for hosting me, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to reach out to your members and to be introduced. I really appreciate it.
Madam Ambassador, after serving for years in Washington, D.C. and other major world capitals, how do you find the atmosphere here in Brasilia and in Brazil, for that matter, so far?
Oh, the atmosphere in Brasilia is amazing. I mean, it's so warm. People here are so welcoming and gracious. So everybody I've met so far gave me the impression that I've met him or met her for a very long time. I've known her for a very long time. So, I mean, it's really heartwarming to see so graciousness and so much generosity towards me.
That's nice to hear, and we hope that it will continue ever more this way. Let me ask you then, having worked before at UNESCO, therefore close to matters of education and science, at the Lebanese embassy to the US, one of the most important overseas diplomatic posts for any country. How will your previous experience contribute to your mission now in Brazil?
Listen, I was also posted in London for 5 years, almost 5 years, and that was my first diplomatic assignment. That was between 95 and 99. And as you know, London is also a major capital and a major diplomatic post. Anyway, that is said, I would say that yes, indeed, my previous diplomatic posts were defining in terms of giving me lead on how to conduct my business. So my experience and my knowledge that I acquired from my previous post gave me a clear-mindedness, I would say, about my options, about my limitations and my country's limitations sometimes, and the host country limitations sometimes. So I think I know better my way today, I would say. Let me say that by far my experience in America was the most defining in terms of length, 14 years, and in terms of heavy responsibilities I had to assume. So that was the real lead for me, I would say.
Well, you know, Brazilians of Lebanese descent amount to 5% of the whole nation and correspond to the largest single concentration of the Lebanese diaspora in the world. What, in your opinion, is the significance of such record to the Lebanese state and to its ambassador to Brazil?
The Lebanese community, the Brazilian community of Lebanese descent actually is the most valuable asset that Lebanon has, that the Lebanese people have, and that I personally, as the representative of Lebanon, have. So it's, it's the human bridge that connects our two countries. It is the reason of pride of the Lebanese people, especially that the success of this community here is so humbling, and their generosity is so overwhelming. I mean, these are a reminder of how great the Lebanese people can be when good opportunities are given to them. Seriously. As for me, as the ambassador of Lebanon here, you know, they give me a tremendous edge in leading my business with their presence and their success. You know, I feel that like all doors can open up for me and all obstacles can break down for me. So it's really, they are really at the heart of my mission. They are, let's say, it's raison d'être also. It's, I cannot be any prouder. I'm really lucky to be posted in Brazil. It's a major country for us.
With that said, and with all those circumstances in mind, which ones will be the priorities of your ambassadorship here in Brazil?
Listen, My priority here would be, let's say, to take the Lebanese-Brazilian relationship to a different level. I would like to, of course, while building on the achievements of my predecessors and finalizing what has been done so far, I would like to go beyond, a little beyond. I would like to build on this human capital that we have here that I mentioned, we already mentioned, to build on this human capital to reach the institutional level. I would like, let's say, to translate or transcend this immense influence that the Brazilian Lebanese community has here in this country, and to translate it into a solidarity for Lebanon, a solidarity no matter what. Listen, what we have seen in the aftermath in terms of affection and solidarity coming out of Brazil to Lebanon in the aftermath of the August 4th explosion at the port of Beirut was really heartwarming. But that was limited in time and to a particular circumstance. What I would like to see is a long-standing solidarity that goes beyond circumstances. So I would like to see institutions built to bridge, to build more bridges between our two countries, between our two communities. So this is, and there are so many that could be done. So many things could be done.
Apart from the crisis since August, Lebanon is enduring a severe economic crisis on top of the pandemic. How would you say the situation is evolving as we speak in February 2021?
Unfortunately, the situation is not evolving. We've been stuck in the situation since October of 2019. The situation is bad. As you know, back to October 9, 2019, the Lebanese pound collapsed and it lost 80% of its value to the American dollar. And in its collapse, it brought down the banking system, unfortunately. And then you had the August 4th explosion at the port of Beirut that shattered the heart of the economic, cultural, and social capital. And as you know, the government imploded and the state institution got paralyzed. And since then, we have not been able to put together a cabinet. And on top of this, of course, we have the coronavirus, and we have registered a very bad record in dealing with this pandemic. So unfortunately, it's not a good situation.
Well, we understand that. But still, Lebanon and the Lebanese are very well known for their resilience. Beirut has been destroyed so many times and rebuilt so many times. So my question would be, in your opinion, which are the elements or strengths that Lebanon could rely on to start its recovery from now on?
Well, I would say, Mr. Mata, that Lebanon has been blessed with major elements of strengths that have helped him all along historically to be resilient. I would only mention two that are of relevance for us in our conversation. First of all is the Lebanese diaspora, and second is the human factor. So, and ultimately these two elements of strengths meet because they are about the people, they are about human beings. So I would say that the Lebanese diaspora remittances have always helped Lebanon to come over its crisis, economic crisis, and they have contributed also to the prosperity of Lebanon in good times. So this is the best gift that has been bestowed upon us. As for the human factor, you know very well how educated the Lebanese people are, how multilingual they are, how hard workers they are, how resilient they are, and self-reliant. So I think that, and we've seen this all over abroad, wherever they went. So, and I think these two elements of strengths, major elements of strengths, I think that hope is within reach and we can see a much brighter future.
But apart from the human factor, As you certainly know, our bilateral trade is limited by the disparity between the two economies, plus the logistical constraints. What can be done, in your opinion, to broaden that commercial relationship? And to that respect, I would like to mention the treaty that is being negotiated with Mercosur.
Yeah.
How important is it under in that realm? Which are its main benefits, according to you?
Well, as you know, Mr. Mata, we are now negotiating a free trade agreement with Mercosur. And this agreement is about to be finalized. And I hope by the end of this year, all parties to the agreement will be signing it, and it will be ready to be implemented. So this agreement will give us a tremendous opportunities to broaden our relationships, especially the trade relationships. It will, of course, with the tariff and the customs fees being reduced little by little to nil by the end of 11 years. That will give us enormous opportunities for a free flow of merchandise Lebanese merchandise in the Brazilian and Latin American market, and reversely for the Brazilian and the Latin American merchandise in Lebanon. And at the same time, I would say they will create opportunities for new businesses, be it in Brazil, in Latin America, and in Lebanon as well. And it will create new jobs opportunities as well in all our countries. So I think that this is a good deal for all of us. I understand that that Brazil, Lebanon, comparing to Brazil, is a very small economy, and it's and we have some limitations and some logistical constraints. But today, with the massive use of technology, especially the e-commerce, I think we can overcome all major logistical constraints. We can make a smart and a broad use of the new opportunities that the technology offers to us. We can use e-commerce platforms already existing, like Amazon or eBay, or I don't know, or we can create new platform for that matter. So I think. In our trades relationships, the sky is the limit. We're still at the beginning.
You already mentioned it. First, thanking you very much for your time and attention. Your final message to your community in Brazil.
Thank you, Mr. Mata, again for this opportunity to express myself and to be known by your members. I think we have so much to do. As I told you, so much has been done so far, and so much is to be done. I would love to, aside from the trade, of course, that you are working on, I would like to think that maybe with Lebanon becoming a gas and oil producer, maybe Brazil could find some opportunities. Maybe Petrobras would find some interest in participating in future tenders. I think that agriculture is something that we should be looking at closely. I think that Lebanon can benefit a lot from the Brazilian experience and technology in the realm. I think that culture is something we should be working on very seriously. And, I just have in mind like the idea of having a museum for immigration. And I think that's going to be a place, for recollection and memories. And it can be a place where people can be proud of their ancestors and their past. This is an idea, I'm just throwing like this. And as I told you, I would like to, go beyond the relationship from individual to individual, from family to family, from relative to relative. I would like to go to reach the level of institutional level, long-standing institutional level of solidarity and cooperation. So this is I would say, the best gift I can give to my country, the best gift I can offer to my counterparts, countrymen and women, and this is the best gift that Brazil can offer to Lebanon.
Thank you very much, Ambassador.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.